Hello everyone and welcome to day number 30 of your daily Chafetz Chaim. Today we begin the second chapter of the laws of Lashon Hara. The Chafetz Chaim says in halacha number 1, it is forbidden to say Lashon Hara even if it is true even to an individual. And certainly it is forbidden if said to a group of people. And the more people there are that hear the Lashon Hara, the greater the sin of the speaker is, because the person who is being spoken about is going to be degraded more because it is now something that is known to many people. In addition, the speaker is also guilty of multiple accounts of causing others to sin through hearing the Lashon Hara that he says when he's saying it to a group of people. And halacha number 2, that which we find that there is a leniency to speak Lashon Hara in front of 3 people, and this is something that our sages discuss. This, the Chafetz Chaim says, is not referring to something which is definitely negative and clearly Lashon Hara, but it is referring to something which is called Avak Lashon Hara. Avak Lashon Hara, the dust of Lashon Hara, refers to something which can be interpreted in 2 ways, and the words themselves are not necessarily negative and degrading. And therefore, our sages said that if the person said it in front of 3 people, then he knows that it's going to get back to the person who he's talking about, and if he meant it in a negative way, he wouldn't have said it. And therefore, if you intend it to be a positive, and you say it in a way that sounds positive, and you say it in front of 3 people, then it would be permitted, and that is the leniency of speaking Lashon Hara in front of 3 people that our sages mention. And the Chafetz Chaim gives an example, and he says, if someone asks you, where can I find fire? And you answer, you can find fire over there, because they're always cooking. So, the Chafetz Chaim explains, this is something that really depends on the way you said it at the time that you said it. If you want, you can say it in a way that is not negative at all, and you could have meant it in a positive way. For example, if they have a very large family and Hashem has given them a lot of financial success and they're constantly cooking for the needs of their own family, or if they are constantly hosting company and things like that, and someone asks you, where can I find fire? And you say, over there you can find fire because they're always cooking, and your intention is in a positive way, then that would be permissible to be answered in front of 3 people, because that would be in the category of Avak Lashon Hara, only the dust of Lashon Hara, which, when intended for a positive, is allowed in front of 3 people. However, if a person means it negatively, and what they mean to say is so-and-so is always cooking because they're just gluttonous people and they're always making parties and they're very into their food and things like that, then even though, again, the words themselves are not Lashon Hara, because all you said was they're always cooking over there, which could be either a positive or a negative, since at the time that you said it, your intention was negative, that would be considered Avak Lashon Hara and would be prohibited even in front of 3 people.